back in the NFL again. I just played some Battlefield 5 a little bit. Now, let's see what's going on now. What we got going on, we have game 3. Tennessee taking on the Baltimore Ravens. We had 2 upsets. The Super Bowl winner, the Houston Texans, lost in game 1 by the score of 24-6. And earlier tonight, it was the New England Patriots beating the Denver Broncos 31-21. Patriots looked very good offensively. Defense was good too, but not as good as the offense. 31 points. It's like they scored almost on every possession. The new players, this, for example, Lamar Jackson and who else did the Giants get? They got Nick Chubb. They performed. And for New England, Josh Allen performed for the Patriots. And Stephon Diggs didn't even get on the field because he was not slated to start. That was my fault because I didn't adjust the lineups. But anyway, we get to game 3. We got the Tennessee Titans taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens is quarterbacked by who now? It looks like the Baltimore Ravens is quarterbacked by Drew Lock. So the bad teams last year is winning this year. So let's see. Who did Tennessee? They picked up Joe Burrow and a right tackle McGlinchey. Let's see if they can protect him, and let's see if they can score some points against the Baltimore Ravens. And let's get it started. We're going to play in Baltimore, game 3, round 1. I'm not going to talk as much as I did yesterday, eating chips and stuff and whatnot. Okay, Ravens is home against the Tennessee Titans. We go this way, and it's done. They're going to wear, if they can, some throwbacks in this round 1. Game will be started at 1 o'clock. It looks like they're going to have to wear those. They can wear those too. Baltimore don't really have I'll just let them use this one. They got that. They don't have much of a history like if they had been in Cleveland. That's where they originally are from, the Cleveland Browns. So here we go. The announcer will be Chris Galton and Davis, Charles Davis. This is not Chris Galton. It's Brandon Galton, I believe. Anyway, here we go. It's going to be a 1 o'clock game. Let's get it started. And who is the announcers? These kids here. And that's it. Let's get it started.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Baltimore Ravens. And it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Okay.
There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
They better hand the ball off more than anything else.
They fake the handoff, now Locke. On target to his man, Likely. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
In motion right is Aguilar. To throw it is Locke. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Facing fourth down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it. And sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. The tight end in motion right. Now it's Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
Burrow will throw. That's complete to Westbrook-Akine. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, #1, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now Burrow. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up fourth down.
And that's football 101, isn't it? Tip your cap to the rookie. He knocked that one away, but he better not relax. They're going to test him all game long.
Now on fourth down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. Back deep is Steven Sims. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. He had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On play action, lock. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Off the option, here's Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Here's Locke to throw. This complete left side to Aguilar. And that's good for a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun snap to Locke. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And he missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Here's Burrow. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. We're scoreless after 1. second quarter now. Titans in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Pollard will take it up the gut. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's 3rd and 3. They're passing here. Joe Burrow able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Now it's Burrow. That's caught one more time by Boyd. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Burrow looking to pass. Eight yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the 2nd half of this contest.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's got it. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Second and goal from the 1. Pollard is in. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Nick Folk for the point after.
If Baltimore loses, they get a draft pick next season.
And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays.
They would definitely draft a quarterback.
With a 1-yard touchdown run.
They probably only had that one pick. I'm going to do the same thing for basketball, too. As soon as I get it.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys.
I could do the same thing for hockey and baseball, the 4 major sports. Do it the same way.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer
this time?
Get a little
closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Here's Locke.
Screen.
They set up the screen for Henry. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
That's what I'll do.
Block now to throw. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it.
What I was thinking is,
First target, first catch, and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook.
like the quarterbacks, give them a point or two.
Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
For the young quarterbacks, that is. Like Levis.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Come on, Baltimore. I want to hear your fight song.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Again, it's Locke. Over the middle, complete. That's Wallace. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up second down.
Oh, shit. Push that over there. Come on.
Now is Locke. He's able to find Wallace. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 34-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play. In motion right is Aguilar. Again, they'll throw with Locke. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter. You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense. Now Locke. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up second down. Locke working out of the gun. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Locke going to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 3, 2nd and a yard. Henry up the middle. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this.
Why would you do that when you should be passing the ball, try to get it in his end zone?
A chance now to
The
get
coach want to be fired.
break as they come up 1st and goal.
It can happen.
They look to throw. It's Locke.
Run the ball straight in the middle. You got it. Oh, my God.
He's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I'm really liking what
Hot
I'm seeing from
garbage.
this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Oh, wait.
From the gun, it's Locke.
Got it.
Man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. So a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they've been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to them a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive spans 13 plays.
And it was capped by the touchdown pass to Nelson Aguilar.
Uh-oh. The fight song is not playing.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
Oh, my God.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Man. Where's my remote?
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. A shot downfield for Burks.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Oh, boy. I got to cease. Wait a minute. Let me think this out. Damn. I'm looking for my remote to this game. The Baltimore Ravens fight song did not play. And I know why.
Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third.
Okay.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
And that's complete to Westbrook-Akine.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now it's Burrow. Open man, Westbrook-Ikhine. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From midfield now, Burrow throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And Burrow going to throw again.
That's what he's been doing.
He has a control. And able to break one tackle, but brought down, but a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. He'll buy some time right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Now Burrow. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Now it's Burrow. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Spears. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Did you get it? Momentum stays with them.
They'll run forward.
It will not.
And he's not going to get the first.
That coach is going to be fired if they lose.
To the line of scrimmage.
This offense is pathetic.
But ultimately they fail on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick, I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the third quarter. To throw it is Locke. A short throw caught by Andrews. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Here's Locke to throw. This will go to Henry out wide. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They fake the handoff, now Locke. That is caught with Sean Bateman. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one goes for 30 yards.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Henry. And he is going to lose yardage here. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They've not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Here's Locke. A short throw caught by Andrews. That'll give him 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Locke now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 23. So the scoring dried up here in the third. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Throwing now is Locke. He completes it to Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Aguilar in motion left. Now Locke going to run a little touch pass here to his wideout.
Tennessee defense is pretty good.
Defensively.
Then again, they are playing Baltimore without Lamar Jackson because he's on the Giants now.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
Lamar Jackson will not be with the Giants long.
Plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
But we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit. But how about guys who are maulers? Because that's who you want in short yardage situations. And we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running.
She will.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
I'll be up there shortly. Come on, let me play my game. Yeah.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow,
Looks
he
like
kidding
one of
me.
the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, so much
Wow.
for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. The fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
You probably need a wide receiver.
Defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of
Defense seemed to be okay.
That allowed them to disrupt the play.
2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Trying to run forward with Pollard. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think Derrick is going to have one good run in this game.
Brings up 2nd down.
Let's see when it's going to happen.
Completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they've rallied and made the tackle.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and it'll be Titan football. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Burrow on play action. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Here's 2nd down. Here's Burrow. That's caught one more time by Boyd. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first. And they are knocking on the door of field goal range now. But right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Burrow. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
This is 1st and 10. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's Pollard again. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Throwing, Burrow. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Calvin Ridley, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Folk connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Oh, a good return up past the 30. So the Ravens now down 14-7. A minute 4 on the clock. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Lock. That is caught. Bateman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Huge first down. Got to hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
Final minute. One timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Escapes the sack. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you've often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Now Lock. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Here's Lock. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Titans have just about sewn up this football game.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Tennessee offense set to go again. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Titans go victory formation as they take a knee. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a 2nd half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.